Good morning. I'm Epstein with your morning flash update, and this update is for the morning of Wednesday, and we're now at the 11th of December, 2024. Time about 8:25 a.m. Central Time. So as we look at all the markets right now, big up day in the market. Why? Well, let's go to it and talk about this. You had the mortgage market headline number, and the outstanding number was the jump of 27% in refi. So you fall a quarter point. Think about it, in the 10-year from roughly the 4.45 level down to the 4.2 level, and you get that massive amount of refi. Pretty interesting. In the U.S. Consumer CPI, so let's take a look here. It came out up 0.3, right with what the expectation was. It's a tenth more than we had last month, but the market will deem this okay. It's not falling, but it's not roaring. So the number is not hot, but lukewarm. Maybe that's the question. The November core ex-food and CPI, month over month up 0.3, right in line with everything. CPI number, this is where the market's going to look and say, this isn't bad. Energy prices were down 0.1. You know they're very volatile. CPI food prices were up 0.2. Well, again, the volatility, but the Fed won't count those when it goes to the core numbers. CPI year over year up 2.7%, right with what they expected. And again, that 10th higher. And core, ex-food and energy, year over year up 3.3% versus the expected 3.2 and the prior month's 3.3. So I view this report now as saying the Fed will, I want to repeat, the Fed will go with a 25 basis point cut in next week. I do not expect them to do another cut until maybe the March meeting, not January, if the numbers are like this. You'd have to really come down hard to change that. We're going to get the petroleum estimates coming in at 9:30, and I looked at the CME Fed Watch page to get an idea what traders are looking at. Coming into the morning, it finished at 88% probability of a 25 basis point cut. It's up to almost 95% now, so I think the market is seeing what I am. This keeps alive, very much so, that special report that I gave you on the stock indices, specifically the S&P. So if you go to our website at irapstein.com and you move yourself right up to over there, give it a click, you will see it. It goes off our website tomorrow. My reports are only up 3 business days. So you want to see it, that's it. I think it's right so far as good as I could have done on it, and it's so far working out. It ain't over till it's over. You know how that works. But what are the key dates for the Santa Claus rally? There's 2 sets of them for entry, exit. I explain them, I show them, I give you the probabilities as to what has happened in the past. Past performance never guarantees future performance. It's a guide to what happened, not a guide to what may happen. It's that simple. When you look at the gold likes what it's saying. The dollar is up on this, but foreign currency markets, I think what they're really looking at is tomorrow we start with the European Central Bank and the Swiss National Bank. They're going to come out and probably cut rates a quarter point. Then we're going to get on to the other 2 banks that come in through here. The Bank of Canada's coming up, the Bank of England's coming up, and we're coming up. So we get an awful lot coming out now. Pay attention. I think you're going to see that most banks want to cut the rates, but I think other than Europe, many will go, well, where are we? I think Canada's got problems. I think they're going to be aggressive for a 50 basis point cut. I'm flipping a coin on the euro. They may go that. What else happened today? Well, China appears to be willing to let their yuan move to a way that we haven't seen. You're pushing 7.2. I believe they're going to let the yuan go to 7.5 versus the dollar. So one of the ways they're going to counter the Trump era is letting their currency down so their goods appear cheaper. The problem is that can create capital flight for them, so you've always got to be careful. But that is giving a bid, in my opinion, to the energy markets. You're pretty flat in the U.S. bonds and notes after this morning's CPI report. Grain markets are a little bit of everything for everyone. Corn yesterday had a very good number from the WASDE report, the supply-demand report. We had less corn in the U.S. bins than we thought by about 200 million bushels, so that was pretty interesting. And you can see you're really not able to move too much in the products in the soy complex. Coffee market getting smashed today. I mean, this is a bounce of a tick off the low. The market has been running on terrible weather. Your coffee prices are going up. I can tell you that ahead of time, so be ready. Starbucks, that's going to be a squeeze on companies like that. Gold-silver ratio moving in favor of the gold today, so keep your eyes on that as well. So that's pretty much where we're at. I'm going to remind you, we have our special report. It will go off tomorrow on our website. Go right to iraepstein.com, give it a click there, and I'll talk to you later.